Hey everyone, so on today's Meet the Hawks, I have our under 21 pick, Rasesh Behera. So Rasesh, tell me about the time when you first found out you were going to be a part of the DC Hawks.
Um, well, I kind of had an idea, but like when I did figure out it was by Coach Sunny, so when he told me, I was very excited, and I was like, there's just a lot of emotions going through at that time. But yeah, I was at the facility, and I was just like, took a little victory lap. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
and
happened.
when exactly was this? Was this sometime like last year? Um,
So yeah, I was on the team last year during for the
yeah.
exhibition games as well, but like there was still like we didn't know who was gonna be on the team this year
Okay.
and stuff. But like I did have an idea, but like when it was confirmed and when it was official, it was just a big yay, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, obviously. I mean, especially I think, being on the young side, yourself, I think it's like being a part of the minor league right now is just gonna, give so much in terms of just that professionalism that cricket's gonna bring out in America, which wasn't really there. So I think it's just a stepping stone. A lot's gonna come. Now, if we go into like your childhood days, when did you start playing cricket?
I started playing cricket when I was about 10 or 11, like around the 2011 World Cup.
Okay. And what was it that made you kind of get fascinated about the sport or want to kind of play it?
It was the 2011 World Cup because like before that, I thought it was a boring game, but like when I started watching the World Cup, it just became more interesting and entertaining. So following every game beat by beat just made it, it was something that I wanted to play. So I started playing after that.
Yeah, similarly for me, that was kind of like a turning point that really, engaged me into cricket and kind of made me so fascinated by the sport. But from that 2011 World Cup, I don't know if it was maybe from there or, but how exactly did Kohli kind of become, one of your childhood favorites? And what about him kind of, really made you like him?
Obviously, Kohli was probably one of the younger players in the team at the time, so I could relate to him a little. But like, I just thought like at that time I thought he was a cool individual, like just his style and everything. So I think that was something that made me want to follow him, and like that's why he became my favorite at that time, and it's just kept going on from there.
Yeah, and I know he's still your favorite. So like when you look at that change, right? So I mean it's kind of like, yeah, as you were saying, like you were also young and you've seen him kind of evolve one in the game and just, as a person. So what about him would you want to like, adapt from or kind of the qualities you would want to take, in your professional career?
Obviously, Kohli is one of the most disciplined and dedicated individuals out there. I think his discipline is just something that any youngster should be looking at because he's just determined whatever he wants to do on the field. There's a process that he follows off the field as well. So I think if you want to be serious in cricket or in general in life, there has to be a process on and off, that you follow every day that will take you forward.
Yeah. And during your school days, what was like your least favorite subject and the subject you did prefer?
Well, obviously, I was never good at math, but for some reason, I was always good in like social studies, like history
Okay.
or
Yeah.
English.
Okay. And what was your worst punishment as a child, whether it was at home or school or anywhere else?
Worst punishment? Um, I don't know. Oh well, worst punishment would probably be like, I mean, at home it's usually I don't know if you know what it is, but like with tuck tuck, you gotta like hold your ears and do sit ups. You gotta do that. In school, there's really no punishment in school. You just like move your clip to like
Detention or something. Have you ever gotten detention?
I have actually.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Let's not talk about that.
Alrighty, we'll move on. So now, was it actually the 2011 World Cup where you actually were like, this is something I would want to do on the professional side? Um,
Uh, I
yeah.
mean, when the 2011 World Cup happened, I mean, I played different sports, but like I thought cricket was a cool sport. But there were too many like teams that were playing like professionally or competitively at the youth level when I started playing in the DMV area. But like there were like Washington Cricket League was a thing. So like I started playing WCL. So then I realized that there were a few players from the Washington Cricket League that were playing for USA at that time. So I was like, this is something that I can do.
Okay. And what's what been so far, one of your favorite memories?
In terms of cricket,
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite memories would be taking 4 wickets against Potomac in a semifinal game at T20, and then another one would be winning the under 16 or under 17 finals for Atlantic Region in Canada, batting
Okay.
with my brother.
Okay. Now, speaking of batting with your brothers, I know you guys have done that before, but I feel like, especially, when you look at the league games and things like that, but minor league, the status of it is definitely higher. So how does it feel, being on the same team? You can see even at the international stage, there's been a couple instances with brothers playing on the same team. So how does it feel, the Behera brothers being on the team and, getting someone also to bond with as well that, you've been with, your entire life?
Um, I mean, obviously, it's a good feeling that both of us are playing together on the same team and not on different teams because there's been instances where I've been going to he either hits me or I'm getting him out. But like playing on the same team, it's just like we're rooting each other. And, it's like I want him to do really well, and he wants me to do really well. So I think there's that there's that bond that's always been there. But like I guess it's just I'm happy for him, and he's happy for me. Brotherly love.
And yeah, that's good to see. And do you guys, even at home, like on the weekdays, kind of train together, work out together?
Yeah, I mean recently like he's been like away on tours and stuff, so I haven't really like had an opportunity to like spend too much time with him. But like yeah, I mean when we do, we try to like practice together. But I think that one of the reasons why he's a good batsman is because I've always bowled to him, and he's never been the other way around. So yeah, I used to play his bowling, and I didn't really become a really good batsman. But like, you got to play. I'll take the credit for that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll give you that credit. We'll see what Ritvik has to say to that as well. But so far it's been just, about 2 weeks with DC Hawks, and obviously you've been with them in the exhibition games. But how's the journey been so far? And how are you liking it being with the Hawks?
Obviously, like there's so many like players that have played at a good level. So to learn from them is just a different experience because they bring that experience from playing with players that have played at a different level, at an international level. So to be able to play with them, to learn small things, I think is just amazing because you don't really realize cricket is such a it's a type of sport where there's small things that can make a big change to your game, and I think that's one of the reasons that I've developed in the past few months is just small tips that these pro players have been giving me. But other than that, I think it's just the team environment is amazing. Everyone's just laughing and joking around, so it's like there's no big or small. Everyone's the same.
What are some personal goals you have for yourself for the season?
Obviously, I would like to be in the top five highest wicket takers this season, and hopefully I can. Um, hopefully I can be up there starting this
Okay.
coming make a change.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we still have, right, more rounds to go, so it's never too late to add that in. And what's like a goal you have for the long term when it comes to cricket?
Well, obviously, my parents, both of them, they supported me a lot. But like I said, my brother, we both played at the same time. We started playing at the same time, so we really just like helped each other. But like he's helped me a lot improve. And then my teammates, DC Capitals, the team that I play for in WCL, I think those guys have been amazing. They're like older brothers to me. I think like for example, Gaurav Bajaj, GB has been amazing. He's been there for me for the past like four years, and he's just really helping develop and the rest of the guys on the team. And then obviously Coach Sunny, he's actually been one of the biggest reasons why I've improved like pretty fast in the last few months, and all the credit goes to him.
Okay. And what's your favorite format to watch, when it comes to watching cricket?
50 overs ODI cricket.
Yeah, was that something you would like hope that, we kind of get into America? I mean, obviously USA team has been playing some ODIs in the recent years since they got the ODI status, but is that something you would also look forward to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, If minor league could have been a 50 over format, I think it would have
You
been
would
a
have been
very
like,
good.
yes.
Yeah, I'd have been like all up there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, hopefully. I know the longer formats get a bit difficult, especially in America. It's really contained, but hopefully we see more of that. The longer formats, I think, definitely help, in terms of developing personally as well. And then what's your normal training like, in terms of maybe even how many times a week you train, or just so people get an insight, what it takes to really try to play cricket professionally and the hard work you put in.
Um, Obviously, I bowl in my basement almost every day, but like whenever because the facility is like 2 minutes away from my house, so whenever I'm free, I try to go there and I try to bowl to whoever's in the nets. So it's just me trying to like bowl to different batsmen and like trying to like develop new skills. So it's just as like usually it's about 3 times a week, but if I can
Okay.
do more, I'll do that.
Okay. Now, leaving cricket aside, I've heard you really like to cook. So where did that come from?
Obviously, my mom's a great cook, so I've like watched her and I've learned a few things from her. So it's like one of my things. Actually, one of my own restaurant one day, so I'm trying to like learn everything I can.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even just like you just cook like, I don't even know, like, simple dishes. You actually cook, properly what actual cooking is. So tell us a little bit about, your favorite dishes to cook, anything you've done recently.
Well, recently, what did I make? Recently, I made rajma. I made rajma
Okay.
yesterday, but like I like chicken, so like there's a lot of chicken things that I can make, like chicken 65 and chili chicken and stuff.
Okay. Have you thought
So
about a name you would want the restaurant to be called, or haven't gotten that far yet?
nah, not that far ahead, but probably like try to involve cricket into it somehow.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Definitely. I think a lot of people would want to come to that as well and be pretty unique. What are some things on your bucket list?
I want to go skydiving. I want to go bungee jumping. And then there's a lot actually, but those
A
are
lot of
two.
adventurous things as well, I see.
Yeah, definitely.
And lastly, what are three words you would use to describe yourself?
Um, let's say outgoing, loving, and I guess hardworking.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Rasesh, for letting us know kind of, how your cricket journey started and what you've been up to. And, hopefully this season we see a lot more from you as well.